This is really dangerous for y'all in 2021. You should avoid endocrine disturbers. I've never talked about this on my channel, but I think now it's important to talk about it, and I want to talk about it. It's really not good for you. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I have been wanting to film this video for so long. In this video, I'm going to tell you 10 chemicals you should absolutely avoid in your shampoo. If you're a curly hair, especially if you're a curly hair, if you have straight hair, if you have wavy hair, please, this is so important. If this topic interests you, make sure to subscribe down below and ring the bell right here. And also make sure to follow me on my social media right here for more content about me and about what I do. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. First of all, disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a chemist. I am not a biologist. I am a chemistry biology student, but I'm still a student. If I say something wrong, feel free to tell me down below what you think about it. As a chemistry biology student, I'm well informed about the chemicals that I will talk about today. If you have no idea about chemistry, that's okay as well, because I will explain to you today why these 10 chemicals are toxic for you and why you should avoid them. I have my notes right here. All the things I'm going to say are from different researches I have done. I will leave the links down below. So the first chemical I'm going to talk about is the one that I have been avoiding since a long time, and I tell all my friends about it. Sodium lauryl sulfate. Basically sulfates. I'm reading the side effects because I don't know all of them by heart. Sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS, is considered linked to cancer, neurotoxicity, organ toxicity, endocrine disruption, and skin and respiratory irritation. So what are sulfates? Basically, sulfates is used as a foaming agent, so you have foam when you shampoo. You also have that in soaps as well. And the good thing about sulfates is that it dissolves dirt and oil. It's also known as a stripping agent for natural curly hair because it loosens the curl, so people like me lose their definition of curly hair. Please stop using sulfates because it destroys your curl pattern, which means it's more prone to breakage because it destroys your hair. The second molecule which is toxic and that has nothing to do in your shampoo is dimethicone. So what is dimethicone? It's a less known chemical compared to sulfates. Dimethicone is a silicone-based ingredient found in also all hair care products. So what dimethicone does is that it smooths your hair so that your hair is less frizzy and more soft. So it's basically regarding the texture of your hair and how your hair feels when you touch it after washing it. The problem is that it does not do that by nourishing the hair, but by suffocating the hair in the hair scalp. So basically a layer of dimethicone comes on your scalp and on your hair to make it smooth and soft, but it's not nourishing your hair, it's just covering it up. And this causes, of course, irritation, scalp irritation, and we don't want that. The problem with this is that it's not water soluble. Basically, it does not mix with water, so it's hard to get rid of it, because if you put water on it, it will still be there. So it's hydrophobic, and this causes, of course, to build up on your scalp, and we don't want that. Another thing about dimethicone is that it's an endocrine disturber, and this is really dangerous for y'all in 2021. You should avoid endocrine disturbers. I've never talked about this on my channel, but I think now it's important to talk about it, and I want to talk about it. It's really not good for you. Basically, for people who don't know, if something is endocrine disruptor, it means that it can be linked to many dysfunctions in your body. It has been linked to infertility and also uterine cancer. Please avoid that. The third one is called benzene. Benzene is a toluene. I hope I pronounced it as well good. It's a colorless liquid hydrocarbon, and this is basically found in petroleum. What has this to do in shampoo? Well, it's a solvent to dissolve dirt basically, so it cleans your scalp, let's say. But the problem with that is it's extremely toxic. The World Health Organization has said it is toxic, so it's proven, but they still use it on shampoos. It's known as a carcinogen linked to cancer and reproductive issues. It's also known to affect your bone marrow, which means that it's linked to your red blood cells. It affects the production of your red blood cells. We need to avoid that as well. The fourth chemical that you should absolutely avoid is, please, polyethylene glycol, also known as PEG. So it's one of many synthetic petrochemicals. It's found in every natural hair care products and dyes. Why do we have this in our shampoo? It strips down your oil and your dirt from your scalp, and the problem is that your hair produces naturally oil which protects your hair, but polyethylene glycol strips that away, which means your hair stays unprotected. And the problem with that, if your skin and hair is unprotected, it will be easy access for the bacteria to get in contact with your skin, and with that you could have bacterial and fungal infections, and we don't want it. So the fifth thing you should avoid in your shampoo is propylene glycol. This is also a chemical that is part of the PG family. They have similar side effects, and you find this, of course, in many hair care products. The problem with this is that it breaks down protein and cellular structure in the hair. So for those of you who don't know that, hair is made out of keratin, protein. So propylene glycol breaks down protein in your cell structure. It's dangerous, and the skin absorbs propylene glycol very easily. And because it's absorbed so easily, well, it's harmful to your immune system. It can cause neurological, respiratory, and cardiovascular issues, and once it crosses the pathway of the skin barrier, because the skin is our protection between the outside and what comes in the inside of our bodies, so it creates a pathway for bacteria and other harmful ingredients to be absorbed into your body when it's absorbed to your skin, so it destroys your hair and your body. The sixth one is formaldehyde. It's a preservative that has been used in many hair products, and it helps to relax your hair. Curly girls, please avoid that. It's not good for you. It's also known as a carcinogen, as well as an eye irritant and a skin irritant. It causes also hair loss. It's also linked to asthma among children and individuals with compromised immune systems. The seventh chemical is phthalates. These chemicals are usually used in PVC, which is plastic. They soften plastic. It's used as plastalizers to, simply as that, it fixes your hair. It adds fixability to your hair and it gives you hold. But the downside of it is it's plastic. It causes reproductive damage, especially in men. So men out there watching this video, please make sure you don't have any phthalates in your shampoo. And for your information, it's also found in hairsprays. Every product that has a purpose of holding your hair together contains phthalates. And it also has been linked to a range of side effects for premature birth cancer. We want to avoid that though. The eighth chemical is retinal palmatite. So from the noun you can see two things. It comes from retinal, which is the vitamin A, and you have also palm oil because of palmatite. It's a synthetic version of vitamin A, but since it's synthetic, it's not a real vitamin A. And the problem is it's used for suppleness and sheen of textured hair. So the problem with this product is that it's another endocrine disruptor that is linked to cell mutation, tumor growth, skin and DNA damaged when exposed to UV rays. And of course, we never forget that one. It's toxic to the reproductive system, or if you just care about your health, please don't use products that contain that. The ninth product is something you all know, I hope, is parabens. So parabens, you have it also in most of the products. Nowadays, brands try to reduce parabens in the product, but sometimes it's still there. So what are parabens? They're used as preservatives in many shampoos. The danger about parabens is that for the women, it mimics the effect of estrogen in our cells, which is of course linked to breast cancer. They're also damaging hair and scalp, nothing new, and they cause dryness, irritation, premature scalp aging, and hair loss. In your ingredient list, you can find parabens under different names. I'm going to show you here on the screen some other words for parabens: butylparaben, methylparaben, propylparaben, ethylparaben, and isopropylparaben. So the last product I'm going to talk about is also something you have in most of the products, and this is something that I hate: fragrances. I have nothing against a natural fragrance of essential oils or some natural extract, but here I'm talking about synthetic fragrances. And synthetic fragrances are chemically made. So the thing is with that, the number of toxic combinations is infinite, but most of the time they do include phthalates, so that's not good. The thing is with chemical fragrances, every time you inhale chemical fragrances, you're sending toxic fumes to your brain, and this could cause irreversible damage to your respiratory, neurological, and reproductive systems. So to all those systems you can cause damage, which is not good, and you want to avoid that. So that was the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. Please make sure to subscribe down below and to ring the bell and to like this video if you want more content like that. As a chemistry biology student, I'm happy to talk about stuff that interests me and that I want to go more into depth. If you don't follow me on social medias, please consider following me. I'm more active on Instagram than on YouTube, so feel free to do that. Without further ado, I wish you guys an amazing day or night whenever you watch this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!